All right, we are back. So today we are going to be taking care of some work on the garden. Behind me are the raspberries. There are some things we've already learned in our short time here on the homestead. The growing season is extremely slower or shorter than what it was back home. Raspberries typically put out twice a year. This year we only got one, and we are here at the beginning of September and already hitting like +4 degrees Celsius overnight, and our highs are only about 20. However, we did have some good success. We've got some pumpkins going here. Our broccoli is not doing too bad. I know at the spring of this year I planted way too many seeds to begin with, and I had an abundance of seedlings. So I kind of smushed a lot of things together this year, and just to get them in, and actually, you know, some came out, some did not. Next year I'll learn to space things out, especially out in the greenhouse. And that's one of the things I've also learned in this northern climate is tomato plants and pepper plants all have to be done in a greenhouse because it gets way too cold. And again, space them out a little bit more. So we got some, let me go get this adjusted here real quick. So what do we got here? We got some squash right here. We have some dill in the back there. They didn't all come up, but what I'm gonna do is take the seeds from them and then just spread them around in the garden, and then next year as they pop up wherever it comes out, I'll be using that. I didn't have any, what is that over there? Cauliflower. I had one cauliflower pop up probably about 2 weeks ago, and she's not gonna make it for this season, I don't think. All right, now over here, the salad didn't turn up as much as I'd like it to. I found it especially very hot, and that's one thing I noticed living out here is it's really dry. So you're almost watering every day if you can. Now the one issue I found is my sprinkler, it sprays a little wider than what the garden is. So what I'm gonna do for next year, and I'm gonna do that probably in a couple weeks, is I'm gonna roller till this whole stretch back, widen it up a little bit. That way when the sprinkler is put in there, it gets the whole garden, so I don't have that water coming out of the sides, and then I can use as much as possible. So I have my ruby leaf lettuce here. I have some other lettuces happening. And Kimberly and I have already eaten a bunch of this salad too, so it's not all a failure here, but next year. And another thing is, this garden hasn't been maintained in a long time, and the weeds are just unreal. You know, you can almost weed these gardens every week, and you still won't keep up with it. So what I'm going to do is lay down some fertilizer, which is some rabbit poop, chicken poop, and wood shavings, all that stuff. I got a composter going, so I'm going to fill this garden up for next year. I'm going to do that in the fall, roller tiller it in, and then whatever I collect throughout the winter, I'm going to put that in the spring, roller tiller it in, and go from there. Sunflowers, I kind of made a little mistake with them, because I planted them somewhat in the middle of the garden. So now when I put the sprinkler in there, the leaves are prohibiting the water from going on the other side. And I know that I said earlier this year that you should be planting your tall plants on the north side. And what does Andre do? Well, I had some extra space. I figured, what the hell, right? Corn didn't come out whatsoever this year, so I'm not gonna try that again, forget it. I was warned once by the community out here. Figured I'd try it, didn't pop up, so I was like, you know what, not even worth it. I got some more squash. back there. I have 2 squash plants back there, and it's taken over like unreal, I'm telling you. More potato plants. I've got some garlic. Garlic's doing pretty good. I picked them out 1 or 2 last week. They were still a little small, so I'll give it a little bit more. Go from there. I've got some, I believe these are beets right here. They're doing great. I got onions here, which I gotta dig out very shortly. You probably can't see them because of the weeds. Here I have, looks like more squash. However, I don't recall planting squash right here. It should be something else that I can't remember. But as you can see, they're doing extremely well as well. The beans, well, they're growing like bat out of hell, but they're still not flowering, anything like that. So hopefully it produces something before the winter comes in. And then I have some smaller beans here that popped up late. They probably won't make it. I'll probably take out all this stuff later and feed it to the rabbits. Tank, what are you doing? Hey? What are you doing, Tank? What do you have back there? You leave it. Oh yeah, so we had a massive windstorm here and it took out this fence here. So that's one thing we gotta do. There's some nice poplar trees. I'm gonna cut those out actually today. Toss them in the back of the truck. And I got some more stuff to do down here as well. I have to, I've got an apple tree right here. It's growing out on the shoot a little bit. And so what I'm gonna do is hop onto the other side there and trim up this tree here so that it's not prohibiting the apple tree from growing up, because it's growing out from this way because it doesn't want to interfere with this tree up there. So I'm gonna see about cutting that down today, getting some of that cleaned up. Got some other trees I'm gonna clean up as well. I got one over there that we thought was a apple tree, however no. And I got this other one that seems like to be an apple tree as well, but they're like little crab apples. Not going to work out for us really, I don't know. But these ones here, you know, you can take it. Even though I just brushed my teeth like 20 minutes ago, these still taste good. So I have another tree here. I'm going to leave that one. This tree here was the apple tree that the bear took care of last year, and then the previous owner, he trimmed it up, tried to see if it'll survive. It tried this spring, however nothing. So what I'm going to do is cut this out and then see what I can plant in there. And then as we come down here, we're gonna be cutting this tree out here as well. It's dead, it's nothing important. I'm gonna hack that out because we're gonna also be tossing in the garden over here. And yeah, if you're looking at doing a garden for the shtf situation that's coming up shortly, learn, and you've never gardened before, learn about your climate, your area, all that stuff. One of the tools I'm going to be using today, or a couple tools I'll be using today to get all this taken care of, and you might want to look at getting some of these for your garden, because we're going to be doing some tree maintenance today. I'm going to be cleaning up the future campsites, kind of making nice clean areas, fire pits, all that stuff. So I'm going to need a couple things for that. And the first thing is a machete. I finished just sharpening it with a Lancey stone. If you don't know how to use one of these and you want me to do a video, let me know. Or sorry, not Lancey stone, Lansky puck. So yeah, this one's nice and sharp right now. It's a, I think an 18-inch machete. You're gonna want to get some sort of handsaw just for taking off limbs. If you don't have the chainsaw going, this is a silky saw, big boy. I absolutely love these things. I might do a review on these coming up, but if you're looking for a handsaw, these silky saws are best. And then of course, as always, your chainsaw. So let's get to work.